Shalom, it's your girl, right? Herbalist, and I am here with my very first video. So I have never done a YouTube video before. So this is my very first, so please be gentle with me. But yeah, so I put a poll up on our Instagram, just explaining how I got started, some of the background behind how I got started, and I wanted you to know if you guys want to know more. And I got quite a few people saying yes, so I decided to do this video. So that's what we have here. Hello. So first things first, one thing that I will say is that we actually started out with just one herb. So I love telling people that because I want people to understand that it literally doesn't matter where you are in your business, doesn't matter where you are in your journey. You can start anywhere. There's so much opportunity out here for young people in the herbalism space, or just people in general in the herbalism space. So even if you just have one herb, if you have that, just like rock with that. Like there are people who only sell sea moss. There are people who only sell elderberry. Like you know what I mean? So it's like, don't feel like you have to have everything, because we started with just sea moss, and we weren't even selling sea moss. We were only selling sea moss, gummies and gel. And then when we decided to expand, we realized hey, I really like sea moss, but there's all these other herbs. And just like for me, as I started to increase my knowledge, I started buying herbs that would be beneficial for me and my husband. And that's how I kind of ended up getting into formulating herbs, and that's how we ended up offering herbal supplements and things like that, right? So that's kind of how we got started. We started with one Instagram post, and I just put a post on Instagram and was like, hey, is anyone interested in sea moss gummies? And then bam, we got 400 or 300 likes on that post, which that might not seem like a lot, but for me, that was a lot, because I don't even have a lot of followers, or I didn't have a lot of followers at the time. I think I only had on my personal page, I think I only had maybe 1,000 followers. So for me to post something like that, and for 300 or over 300 people to tell me that they're interested, or like the post, or just show any type of love, that just kind of made me feel like, okay, I'm doing the right thing. So that's how we got started. And and everything just kind of grew from there. So I would love to tell you a little bit about me. So I'm 26. And I am one of the owners of Herbal Health. My husband is also part owner as well. He's the person who does all of the behind the scenes stuff. He does he makes all of the gummies, he does all that type of stuff, all the laborious stuff. That's what he does. And so I'm part owner. And I've been in the holistic space for probably about 2 years. So I am a newbie in the holistic space, but in the 2 years that I have been in the space, I've been mentored by some really great people, and I've been learning a lot. I've taken a lot of courses, and I'm actually in the process now of getting my certification as a master herbalist, which is great. And then once I've got my certificate in that, I plan to go and get a certificate as an advanced master herbalist, which is just basically the exact same thing, but just very detail oriented. Because I don't know, I am a forever student. I'm one of those people who could have easily spent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in college, because I don't know, I'm a student. I could just learn and learn and learn. I love learning. That's my favorite thing to do. I like reading. I love learning. I like learning new things. I like figuring out how things work. I'm just I don't know. That's my personality. I just like learning. So courses are my favorite, and I like taking information that I learn and tailoring it to me and simplifying it, and then teaching it to other people. because I feel like a lot of times the reason why people aren't interested in certain topics is because of how it's being taught. Like for example, like when I was in school, I absolutely hated it. Like I hated it, but I was a scholar. I was in science and tech. I was an honor roll student. I graduated school with I think I graduated with like a 3.5, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I really didn't even try. And I honestly kind of regret that now. I really wish that I would have like given school my 100%, because I can only imagine if I graduated with a 3.5 without trying, then I know for a fact I probably would have easily been one of those students who was just like, because I took a lot of AP courses. I took like 8 AP courses in total, so and that's not exaggeration, I'm being honest. I have the transcripts to prove it. But yeah, so I took like 8 AP courses because I was in science and tech, and it was insane. And my senior year, I just was like ready to go. So I was just like, whatever it takes to pass, and that's it. Like, you're not getting anything else. So yeah. But back on topic. So that's a little bit about me. Yeah, I'm born and raised in the Washington DC or DMV area. I'm 26. I'm married. And yeah, I just really like herbs, and I like learning things. Oh, I actually went to Bowie State University. For any of, I don't know if anyone went there, but I went to Bowie State University, where I studied actually bioinformatics. I wanted to be a bioengineer. But I decided that that was not like the path that I wanted to go down once I actually started taking the courses. It just wasn't something I was passionate about. It wasn't something I could see myself realistically spending thousands and thousands of dollars on it. So yeah, it was a no. I even went for pre-med at one point, or I switched my major to pre-med at one point. I didn't like that either. And I don't know, it's just so funny because I was a pre-med major and then I ended up becoming an herbalist. And I think that I always had like a passion for healing, but it was just like I knew something just wasn't resonating with me when it comes to just like how things are set up in the allopathic space. I'm not like against everything allopathic, but at the same time, sorry guys, it's noisy motorcycle. But yeah, I'm not against everything allopathic. Like I know that you know, in some instances it is necessary, but at the same time, just being behind the scenes and seeing how much it takes to become a doctor, and thousands of dollars, and the amount of time that it takes that I would just never be able to get back, and that wasn't something that I felt 100% like passionate about. It just wasn't for me. So I actually went into like sales. I did a bunch of things. I worked at a TMJ center, which was like really fun. It's like a really like complicated dentist office. And I actually had a lot of fun working there. I did door myself. I worked at a recording studio. Yeah, so that's my background. Oh, I worked at IT for a while. Yeah, and then I just kind of, it all came full circle, and I was just like, this is not what I want to do in my life, any of those things. But I'm so thankful for each opportunity, because I look back and now all of the things that I learned in all those opportunities are helping me in my business. So that is great. So yeah, and I guess now we can get into some of my tips for beginners. So I don't want this video to be too long. So yeah, tips for beginners. So tip number 1, I would definitely say, is to research. And the best way that you can start researching is, 1, start looking into herbalism books. If you want me to do a separate video about you know, the specific books that I like to use, and specifically how I do my research, let me know in the comment section below. I will definitely do that, because I will say that there are a lot of herbalism books out there, but I would also say that not all of them are, I'm not gonna say good, but not all of them what I recommend. I think a lot of times people like copy and paste certain like things from other people. They haven't actually done the research themselves. And so I say, like, as an herbalist, even if you're getting information from someone who you believe to be reputable or someone that you trust in the herbalism space, it's still best to do your own research, because you never know. One, you might discover something different, something might react to you differently, or you just might have a completely different experience with that herb. So you just never know. Like, for example, like I said, I started with sea moss, and I like didn't have any adverse reactions. I didn't feel like, I don't know, like anything negative when I started taking it. Actually felt amazing. I felt great. And but there are some people who say that they report where, like, if they take or consume too much sea moss, it makes them feel nauseous, or they have nauseous symptoms because it has too much iodine, right? So for me, I don't have any sensitivity to iodine. That's not going to bother me. But for someone else who does, I could recommend taking, like Dr. Sebi recommends taking, like, he's like, there's no such thing as too much sea moss, right? Which in some aspects I do agree, but at the same time, there are some cases where a person cannot take the amount of iodine in the sea moss and they have a reaction, and it causes nausea. I've seen that in a client myself, so speaking from experience, it's not something that just pulled out of the hat. This is like been documented, went to the doctor and everything, where this person like was unable to consume sea moss up to a certain level because of the amount of iodine in it, right? So do your own research. When you get an herb, taste it, test it out, try it. Take it as a tea, take it as a capsule, a tincture, whatever. I recommend to test your herbs out, just that single herb, for maybe like 3 to 5 days. If you just consistently taking that herb and documenting, okay, well, how is it reacting in my body? What are some of the things that I've noticed? I would also recommend to do research, know the common names, know the Latin names, know the properties, like know what exactly does this herb do, and also know, like, traditionally what are some of the uses for that particular herb. Because there are herbs that are like just like general, versus like you can use this herb for literally anything. But then there are also herbs that are more specific. I'll give you an example, like raspberry leaf. For example, raspberry leaf is a uterine health tonic, so it's specifically kind of used for uterine health. Is that to say that you couldn't use raspberry leaf for other things? No, raspberry leaf is like actually great for men's health as well, not only for women's health, but it's primarily used for uterine health. And there are going to be a lot of herbs that are like that are like specific or traditionally specific to certain organs, or that work best or target certain organs best, right? I hope that makes sense. So that's another thing. Figure out a category system of how you're going to organize your herbs. So there's 2 ways that I like to organize my herbs. So I like to organize my herbs based on, one, what they do, so like the action of the herb, and I like to organize my herbs based on body systems. So what I will do is I will write down like the different body systems, and then I have like specific herbs that I use, where like they're gonna be like my go-to herbs whenever I'm treating someone for a specific body system, because I already know this herb is designed to tailor that system. And 9 times out of 10, if you're having an issue in one organ, you're having an issue with the entire organ system, not just the one organ. So we don't target organs, we target organ systems. Which is why, like, when oftentimes when you're watching a video with an herbalist, you'll be like, okay, well, I'm having an issue with this, and then they've named like 5 other organs. You're like, but I'm having an issue with my thyroid, so why are you talking about my gut and my kidneys and my adrenals and my spleen? You know what I mean? But it's just like when your thyroid is a gland, so if you're having issues with your thyroid gland, that means you're likely having issues with your entire glandular system. Your adrenals are part of your glandular system. It's your adrenal gland. Your adrenal glands sit on top of your kidneys, and so if you're having an issue with your adrenals, you're likely having an issue with your kidneys. If you're having an issue with your kidneys, that means you're having an issue with filtration. If you're having an issue with filtration, you're likely having an issue with gut health, which is digestion, because things are not filtering and digesting properly. So everything is connected. So figuring out, I know that was like really like a mini lesson. I hope that wasn't too fast. But yeah, so everything is connected. So figuring out, okay, sometimes a person will have like a bunch of different symptoms, but they're all pointing to the same thing, right? Like for example, I will use PCOS for an example because that's something that I am working to reverse for myself, right? Symptoms of PCOS. Some people experience pelvic pain. Some people experience hair growth. Some people experience hair loss. Some people experience weight gain. Some people experience weight loss. And to the average person, these all sound like completely separate symptoms. Like how would me gaining weight affect my hair, or how would me like having hair loss affect like my inflammation or my skin? Like you have no idea. You have no idea. Like all of those things are actually connected, and they are all caused by like a common thing. Sorry about the noise, guys. But yeah, they're all caused by a common thing, which is why when we are working towards healing, we focus on entire systems, not just a particular organ. And also sometimes the organ that is being affected is not the actual organ system that needs to be healed. That's another example of that, because like when people think of like PCOS, or they think of like female issues, they immediately think of the reproductive system, because like that's what you think of when you think of like uterine health. But it's actually the endocrine system that is in charge of many of the symptoms of PCOS, or the cause of many of the symptoms of PCOS. So that's also something to take into consideration. Alright guys, so let's get into the juicy details of how I started with literally nada, like nothing, no money at all. Right, so like I previously said, or if you know our story, we started with a Instagram post. So I went to my husband and told my husband, like, hey babe, I think I want to start making sea moss gummies. I've seen a couple of people on YouTube doing it. I think it's something that I could do. But I haven't seen a lot of people make vegan ones, so I want to make vegan sea moss gummies. Homemade, not factory made, not with a bunch of chemicals, just like me and you, right? And he's like, okay, if you think you can do it, then let's do it. So we researched, and we were able to find a black-owned supplier for our sea moss, and he actually came and pulled up at our house and dropped off the sea moss to us. But let me get back into how we actually got the money to do that. So I created a post on my personal page. At this point, I didn't have a business page or anything. I just wrote a post on my personal page and was just like, hey guys, I think I might be interested in selling sea moss gummies. I had like a little picture of like some sea moss gummies, and I just, it's like, if you're interested, like this picture, comment below, send me a DM, whatever. I can't remember exactly what I said. I will put a picture probably somewhere on the screen. But yeah, so yeah, so that is what I did. And we got like 300 likes, and it was just like crazy. Like at first it was just like, okay, we got like 2 or 3 likes, and then we got like 20 likes, and we got like 60 likes, and it was like 100 likes, and then it was 200 likes. I was just like, this is insane, right? So I was just like, okay, well, obviously this, like, there's a need for this, like, people want this product, right? So that's how we got started, and I was just like, okay, well, what, I have like no idea what to do. What am I gonna do? All the people are like asking me like, when can I get it? This, that, and the third. So that night I researched and researched because I knew I didn't have like, well, the money or time to build out like a real website. So I found like a site that allowed you to sell up to 10 products for free, and I just like took the same picture that I had put on Instagram. I made that like the product picture and set up our website for pre-orders only, and I let everyone know that it would probably be like 2 to 4 weeks before they were gonna get their product, because we literally like just started, right? So that's how we started. So in pre-sales, I think we ended up making somewhere close to like $700, and in pre-sales over the course of like 2 weeks. So in that 2 weeks, we bought everything that we needed for the business. So we bought the gummy molds, we bought all the ingredients to make the gummies, we bought the sea moths, and we bought packaging, labels, mailers. Yeah, so we weren't completely broke. Basically buying absolutely everything that we needed for the business. And so yeah, I actually have a lot of hacks on how to get like free stuff, or not necessarily free, but like you don't have to pay for it right away, type of stuff, and discounted stuff, and you know, just a lot of little hacks for if you just like really have like no money at all. Yeah, so yeah, okay, so anyway, so back to the story. So that's what we did. And but yeah, if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comment section below. I will make a separate video about that, different hacks on how to start a business with $0. But yeah, if you're interested, please let me know. But yeah, so that's what we did. And then after that, we started like actually taking real orders, and we kind of just went from there. So our first things were like really good, like in the beginning, and then just because, you know, just like it was like the hype of everyone, like this was like something new that I was doing, whatever. So it's like I was like really booming in the beginning, then like slowed down, because like I wasn't posting or like doing everything that I should for the business. And then I just started like posting more, started researching. I went to school, and started learning as much as I could, and that's just kind of how everything exploded and started. And then like as I learned and as I increased in knowledge, I just kind of started making posts about all the stuff that I was learning, and you know, just kind of figuring out what people wanted to know, what they didn't want to know. Some stuff was great, some stuff wasn't great. I'm still learning, I'm still in the beginning process, but that is exactly how we got started. And from there, like now we have all of the materials for our business. We didn't have to put up any upfront costs, like literally zero money upfront. Yes, we did, you know, break even, but at the end of the day, after we broke even with expenses, everything after that was profit. So we were able to actually, you know, make money as a business that way as well. Or just, you know, not even necessarily as a business, maybe just be a side hustle for you, because you know, not everyone wants to be a herbalist full time, or not everyone has you know, the information or like the time to invest in becoming an herbalist full time. If you want to know more about exactly how I learned everything that I learned, and like the different courses and things like that are available to you, that I actually recommend or don't recommend, please let me know. I will make a video about that also. I do want to get into making videos more, because I feel like I have so much information to offer, and it just can be so difficult to get that in like a teeny tiny like 60-second video on Instagram, so I do want to move into like the YouTube space, so I'm able to give you guys more, and so you guys are able to get to know me a little bit more. So that's that. Yeah. And I guess I can talk about some of our products briefly, and some of the things are gonna be coming up, right? So yeah. So some of the products that we have are, like I said, we did start with just sea moss gummies, so we still have those, but now we also offer capsules, supplements, like actual herbal blended supplements, which I'm so proud of because I formulated those. So all of the supplements that you see were formulated by me and tested by me, and they work. And I've been getting so many people reach out to me with positive feedbacks, and that is so rewarding as a herbalist to have someone reach out to you and say, hey, I used your product and it worked. Like, wow, like I formulated this and now this person is feeling better. And that's like I don't know, that's such a rewarding feeling to know that I created something that's making a difference. That's really cool. But anyway, so we do have tinctures as well. We have one tincture. I'm not gonna like spice it up. We have an elderberry tincture, but it's really good. It's a spice tincture. It's made to like break up mucus and stuff in your lungs and just kind of like help to alleviate like cold and flu symptoms. Like I said, it's really spicy, so it like opens up you know, like your sinus cavity a little bit, which I really like, and it like stimulates it so that you're getting a lot of like drainage, which can help with recovery time. So I do like that. Yeah, we have teas. I'm gonna probably work on like a new tea line. I want to do I just want to do like a bunch of different teas, because I feel like a lot of people like feel like tea is a little bit more convenient than capsules. So let me know what you guys prefer. Would you prefer that we stay more focused towards the supplements, which we kind of are supplement, like we do like single herb capsules, we have like herbal blend capsules, and yeah, then we have like, you know, bundle capsules. But let me know if you guys like prefer tea or not. Because I have been having people with like reach out to me like, do you have tea for this, or do you have teas? Like, and when I tell people that I'm an herbalist or that I have like an herbal store, the first thing they say is just like, oh, do you sell like tea? And I'm just like, yeah, but like so much more. So it's just so funny. You know, when I think of herbs, I don't necessarily think of tea, but a lot of people like that's their first interaction with herbalism is tea. So like that's like their go-to like when it comes to like healing. And I actually do want to make a video. Tell me if you guys are interested on explaining the differences between like a tea, a tincture, and an actual capsule, or you know, those are like the major three that you traditionally see. There's more, but if you guys wanted to know, or like if you're interested in a video explaining the differences and like recovery time, speed time, you know, yeah, recovery speed time, like how long it takes you to heal, or you know, like how often you should take it, or things like that. If you're interested in knowing more of that, you know, just let me know, and I got you. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna cut it here. Sorry about that. So yeah, I think I'm going to cut it here because this video is getting pretty lengthy and I really wanted to keep it under 20 minutes. So if I didn't answer any of your questions, or if you still have more questions, again, leave them in the comment section below. I cannot wait to get to know you guys, and I can't wait to get to do more videos like this. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to thumbs up, and for all of the you know, people who made it to this point, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Share us with a friend, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, if you found this to be informative and helpful. And thanks so much for subscribing to my channel. Thanks for believing in me enough to take the time to even click on this video. I'm so thankful, so grateful. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.